G'day, I'm Stephen Page from Page Provan Family and Fertility Lawyers. Welcome to the Australian Family and Fertility Law Podcast. Today I'm talking about how much does surrogacy cost. And of course, this is being recorded in June 2025, so I'm talking about current costs. It varies. It'll vary on your individual journey and it'll, as compared to another couple or another single, because your circumstances will be unique, for example, about creation of your embryos, complications with your medical journey, who you have as your surrogate, etc., and where you go. And where you go is often a guide about how much it might cost. In Australia, I'd say a ballpark figure for surrogacy is about 70 to 80,000, and subject to those variations. It'll be slightly more expensive, in my view, in Victoria and Western Australia because of their regulatory requirements, and therefore slightly cheaper in most other places, but not that much. There'll be some difference between the two. If you're going overseas and you're going to somewhere like Mexico or Colombia, then ballpark figures are in the order of about 120,000. And if you're going to Canada, then a ballpark figure is about 140,000. And if you're going to the United States, well, it's above 300,000. And the United States is particularly hard to pick at the moment because, well, if you've been watching the headlines, the Australian dollar as against the US dollar has been bouncing like a child on a trampoline. And every time it goes down, the cost goes up. Every time it goes up, then the cost goes down. So north of 300,000. And when I talk about these numbers, that's the journey in Australian dollars, starting at the beginning and finishing at the end with your baby going home with you, back to your home. So it's intended to include all of the costs, the lawyers, the IVF, if you've got a surrogacy agency, the surrogacy agency, etc. But there you have it. If you do surrogacy in Australia, it's a lot cheaper than going overseas. But if you decide that you want to spend all the money, you can go to the United States and it'll be the most expensive journey. And of course, here I have to say again a word of warning. As I say in my book, surrogacy, when not if, surrogacy for Australians, and in my other book, International Assisted Reproductive Technology for the American Bar Association, what did I say in both of those? There are criminal offences. In Queensland, New South Wales, the ACT, going overseas for commercial surrogacy, in South Australia, Western Australia and the Northern Territory, sometimes for commercial surrogacy overseas, and in every Australian state and territory, if you're undertaking adoption overseas as part of the surrogacy process, you can be committing an offence. So get good Australian legal advice first. I'm a dad through surrogacy. I've had infertility as well. I have advised in over 2,000 surrogacy journeys for Australians in every state and territory, and at last count 39 other countries, more than any other lawyer. My first surrogacy journey that I advised on was in 1988, probably before you were born. So there's my estimate of cost. Good luck with that. That'll give you a rough guide to tackle where you might want to go. Thank you for watching and listening to the Australian Family and Fertility Law Podcast. I'm Stephen Page from Page Provan Family and Fertility Lawyers.